Nugget. We were hearing about the glories of Vrindavan, how gopis are describing that Vrindavan on this earth is on this bhulok, not just on earth, but in this entire universe, its crown jewel. Even Vrindavan is superior than heaven and Vaikuntha. Why so? Because in heaven, Krishna resides as Upendra. Upendra means the younger brother of Indra. And in Vaikuntha, Krishna resides as Vishnu. So, like this, same Krishna in different forms resides in different planets. But where does Krishna reside? He resides in Vrindavan. That is why Vrindavan is superior than heaven and Vaikuntha. So, from heaven to Vaikuntha, between these two, all lokas come, like the place of Shivji, Sake Dham, the place of Shri Ram, where he resides, Vaikuntha of Sri Lord Narayan. Among all these, topmost is Sri Vrindavan Dham. And why? Because all other incarnations of Krishna, they all reside in their own personal planet, Vaikuntha. But Krishna, what's the difference between Krishna and other incarnations? There is difference. Krishna is to Bhagwan Swayam. Shri Krishna is Swam Bhagwan. Others are his incarnation. In Brahm Samhita, Lord Brahma said, Govindam Adi Purusham Tanum Namam. Brahmaji is saying, I did not say this. Brahmaji said this. And whatever Brahmaji says, he knows all the Vedas, Lord Brahma. So Brahmaji won't say something ordinary. He will speak the truth, Lord Brahma. So Brahma says I do the bhajan of Adi Purush, Sri Govinda. Which Purush? Adi Purush. Adi Purush means what? The first person. No one was before him. The one who created this creation, by whose desire this creation was created, by whose desire everything goes on, and by whose desire even this creation ends. That is called Adi Purush. So by him, other Purush manifest. Purush not, it doesn't mean us. We all are Prakriti of Krishna. Our body, even if our body is male, but we are not male. In reality, we are just females. Prakriti. Purush refers to all the incarnations of Bhagwan, like Vishnu, Narayan, Ram, Nrsimha, Varaha, Kalki. These are all Purush. They are Purush, but not Adi Purush. Adi means all these Purush, they come from Krishna. From Krishna, they are manifested. But Krishna doesn't come from these Purush. That is why Krishna is Adi Purush. So Brahmaji is saying, I do the bhajan of Adi Purush Govinda, the one who by his energy it means that the meaning of this verse is Krishna with his energies in different incarnations, He comes in different incarnations. Like I say this mostly, that among all incarnations of Krishna is, okay, let's start with Leela Avatar. You can note this down. Leela Avatar. Second is Gun Avatar. These are different incarnations of Krishna. Who comes in Leela Avatar? Sri Ram, Sri Narsingha. These all are Leela incarnations and many others also. Guna Avatar is who? Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. They are the qualities of incarnation of Krishna's qualities. Gun Avatar. Satogun, Rajagun, and Tamagun. These gunas, so that's why Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Now, this doesn't mean that Brahma and Vishnu, Mahesh, they are not in these gunas. These three personalities are outside these gunas, but they control these gunas: Satogun, Rajagun, and Tamagun. Whatever, whatever tendency, nature we have, as per that, as per that, we serve our Isht. Like Shivji, he is the demigod of mode of ignorance. Shivji is not in the mode of ignorance, but he controls it. The persons who are of ignorance, who are in the mode of ignorance. So some people are in the mode of passion, some in the mode of sattvic, goodness. How do we know that? As per their living style, their speaking, their style of eating, speaking, living, one can understand who is in the mode of goodness, who is in the mode of passion, or who is in the mode of ignorance. Person in the mode of goodness would eat simple food, vegetarian, simple fruits and grains, because his nature, his constitution is such. And the person who is in the mode of passion, he will eat spicy, red chilies, spicy food. He would enjoy it. And the people in the mode of ignorance, they would eat meat. They would say, I will not eat only on Mondays, but rest all the days of the week, I will eat non-veg, meat. And daily, I'll drink alcohol. Every day he would drink, and then he will be out. Then he would blabber something because he will be out of his senses. This is mode of ignorance. So this is in these people, mode of ignorance people, they worship Rudra. And Shivji, Lord Shiva, he is very merciful. He keeps these people near him. Who are the associates of Shivji? Ghost, Chudail, Bhoot, Pret, Ghost, demons. They are associates, not associates, but they live with Shivji. Why? Why they live with Shivji? Shiv is so merciful. If those who are rejected by others, Shiv accepts them. Okay, you come to me. I'll take care of you. Because who wants to keep ghost with them? Do you want to keep? Would you pet a ghost? Would you pet a ghost? One ghost in my house, one ghost in your house. Will anyone keep ghost in their house? No. So no one wants to keep negative energy with them. But Shiv is such a personality, he keeps all negative energies near him. So see how great Shiva is. So much negative energies he has, but still he doesn't lose any energy. He keeps all negative energies near him. So this is mode of ignorance. Like Shri Naradji, like Char Kumars, Naradji, these are Shakta Veshavtar. Kapil Bhagwan, Rishabh Dev. In Bhagavad Gita, we hear these names, their names. And another category is Man Mantar Avatar. In every Man Mantar, one incarnation would come. How much is the lifespan of one Man Mantar? So many times I told you this. 4 yugas multiplied by 71 times, I think. Huh. 4 yugas multiplied by 71 times, that makes 1 man mantra. So personalities who come in this, like Hansa, Yagya, these all are man mantra incarnation. So in Purush Avatar, another category is Purush Avatar. Who are the theme Purush Avatar? Karan Dakshay Vishnu, Garv Dakshay Vishnu, Shiro Dakshay Vishnu. They are Purush Avatar. And then there's Yuga Avatar. In different yugas, Bhagavan take different forms and he comes in different incarnations. That's called Yuga Avatar. So these 6 categories are there of incarnations, different types of incarnations. So Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the cause of all these causes. He is the Adi Purush. Krishna is Adi Purush. He is not Purush. So Krishna is Par Brahm and Par Tattva. He is beyond all the Siddhantas, all Tattvas. That Krishna, by the excuse of cow grazing, like by the reason of going for cow grazing to the forest, this is a reason. It's just an excuse. With this excuse, he goes out to the forest and impresses his foot signs on the land of Vrindavan, all around Vrindavan. Those lotus feet are decorated by the kumkum of Vraj Devis. Kumkum is like red decorated powder which Vraj Devis put on their body. So from the Sri Ang, from the body of the gopis, this kumkum, the gopis apply kumkum on their body and they carry Krishna's footsteps on their body. So same Krishna's footsteps and kumkum, they get impressed on Vrindavan wherever Krishna walks. So by touching such lotus feet, Vrindavan has become great because it's getting the touch of Krishna's lotus feet. First, Krishna's lotus feet. Second, Gopis Kumkum. Vrindavan has become great. And the dust of Vrindavan, for this one particular of Vrindavan dust, Uddhavji is praying. What Uddhavji is saying? He wants to become a creeper in Vrindavan, Uddhavji. He saw the glories of Radharani at Uddhav Keri, how Radharani is lying on a bed of lotuses, and Radharani, she is speaking something. This is called which? Brahmar Geet. This is Brahmar. We are hearing Venu Geet right now. Sometime, some other day, we would also hear Brahmar Geet. So, like this, there are many different songs, and then you can sing these songs, these Geets. First, hear Venu Geet properly and learn it. So Radharani was singing Brahmar Geet. Means she is not in her consciousness basically, and she is speaking something. So Uddhavji, when he saw the position of Radharani, he did not pray to become a gopi, but in fact he prayed to become a tree or a creeper or some herb in this Vrindavan. Tree, branch, or some herb. This is what he prayed for, Uddhavji. Why? Not a gopi. If I become a tree, then gopis would hide behind the tree to see darshan of Krishna. This is also a beautiful pastime. Directly, gopis are hankering to take darshan of Krishna directly. Krishna is coming from the front. They want to touch him, they want to take association of him, but the nature of love is first they are hankering for it. I want to meet Krishna, I want to meet Krishna. But moment Krishna comes in from the front, they hide themselves. They become nervous, the gopis, and they hide between the trees, blushing, and they blush. Their face blushes. They have deep desire to meet. But when Krishna comes, then they become nervous. And then Krishna also moves his eyes to see around. In Hindi, it's called matakna. In English, rolling of the eyes. Sometimes this side, sometimes that side. Oh, where are my gopis? Where's Radharani? Where are my gopis? So Krishna becomes more excited. So this is the moment to meet. And then they hide behind the trees. And Uddhavji says, if I become that tree, then Radharani would touch me. I would get her association. And if I become a branch on the trees, or I can become, I want to become a herb. If gopis in separation from Krishna, they will become so sad that they will become unconscious. They would faint. And if they have headache, the gopis, then if I become a herb, one medicine, then and gopis would have it, then I will enter inside them. Aha. If I become this, then I would always get the food dust of these gopis. Their raj, food dust. That would be so auspicious for me. Uddhavji prayed for this. So so he only prayed to get a dust particular of the food dust of the foot feet of gopis. So if you go to Govardhan, at Govardhan there is Uddhav Kund, a place called Uddhav Kund. So Uddhavji there is performing austerities in the form of a creeper. In this verse which we are hearing, um, and there's a name, which came, which is called Devki Sutta. Here Krishna is called Devki Sutta. Why? Point to be noted. You can write this down because many people don't understand this point. This is a Gaudiya Siddhant. We need to understand this properly. At many places, even in Bhagavad, Krishna is known as Devki. Krishna is referred as Devki Sutta. Sutta means son. He is the son of Devki ji. Here, how can we reconcile it? Krishna, when he's in Mathura, then calling him Devki Sutta is fine. Krishna, when he's in Dwarka, then also you can call him Devki Sutta. In Vrindava, it's which Krishna? Yashoda Nandan, the son of Yashoda Devi, Yashoda ji, not of Devki, in Vrindavan. But Shukdev Maharaj, at different places, even in the pastimes of Vrindavan, Sukdev Goswami referred Krishna as Devki Sutta. Why? Devki is from Mathura. Vasudev Devki. And here it's Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya in Vrindavan. So how you can refer Krishna as Devki Sutta? Oh, even in Ras Leela he referred him as Devki Sutta. So like this, Sri Krishna, the one who is Devki Sutta, is standing among gopis, and next to him is Radharani. This is such a beautiful circle. Radha Krishna in the center, and all around them are gopis. How many gopis? 100 million gopis. 100 million gopis. Gopis are standing there in a circle around Radha and Krishna. And with those 100 million gopis, Krishna is also there. How is it possible? You are there with Radharani in the center. And then all around also it's Krishna with gopis. That's why it is said, two gopis, one Madhav. Not one Gopi, one Madhav. Not this combination. There's a huge difference. If one Gopi and one Madhav would be together, then it's difficult to understand. It's difficult to. So two Gopis, one Madhav. And in the center also Radha Madhav. This is the situation of Ras Leela. And there Shukdev Goswami says, Krishna there in the center is with Radha Rani and all around are gopis. So why Devki Sutta? You should have said Yashoda Sutta. If someone has two names, like if someone has the name Jayashree, like we have Jayashree, if she goes to a program and someone also has the same name Jayashree, oh, you also have the same name like me, then we become friends. I am also Jayashree, you also Jayashree. Oh, we both have same name. We are friends now. Someone has this name Radhika. And oh, your name is also Radhika. Oh, we have same name and we become friends. That is why in Vishnu Puran, Yashoda Devi also, sorry, Yashoda Devi also have same name Devki. So Yashoda Devi's one name is also Devki. She is also known as with this name. So in Mathura, Vasudev's wife is also, her name is also Devki. So when they meet, oh, we both have same name, Devki, then they become friends. So that is why both have friendship. So this verse, this is written in Vishnu Puran, that Yashoda's name is also Devki. The wife of Nand Maharaj, his wife is Yashoda, one of the name is also Devki. So that's why Shukdev Goswami referred Krishna in between during Bhagavatam. Somewhere also at times he has referred Krishna as Devki Sutta. That Devki Sutta refers to Yashoda Maiya, not the Mathura Devki. Maharaj is speaking in the verse right now. This is such a nice language he's saying. The king of cows, Indra means cow, king. Like we say, Indra gave us rain. It's the name of Indra. Indra is a position. It's not a name actually. It's just a position, designation. Like education minister passed a law and his name is not education minister. That's a post, that's a position, that's a designation. The names will be different. Similarly, Indra is the post. Indra is not the name. He has, because in every manmantra Indra changes. In every mantra, Indra changes. Those people who argue with you, these details will help you to help them understand. Like in your family says, your parents say, "What Hare Krishna you keep doing? You should be worshipping different demigods, Devi, Ganesh, Brahma. You only worship Radha Krishna. Why? They should worship Indra." So parents say like this at times because they don't know Siddhantas. You all hear this properly, and you can preach them. You can like guide them if you know these details. If someone says who is the king of demigods, it's Indra. What does he do? He give rain. Jal, life comes from water. Life is water, like that. Water is life. No one can live without water. No one can live without water. No one can live without. Okay, without grains we can eat. Without eating we can live, but we can't live without water. Especially fish. She lives in water. For her, life is water. Machli Jan ki Rani hai. There's a poem in India. Machli is the queen of water. Water is her life. If you take her out, she would die. In India, people know this in Hindi. They used to learn this in school. Actually, we used to sing this in schools. Actually, the life of a fish is water, and if you take it out from water, the fish dies. She would die, the fish, and she's also the beauty of the water in ocean. If there's no fish in the ocean, there's no beauty. So that is why Indra is the king of demigods, but Indra is a post. What is the name of our current Indra? In Bhagavatam, I tell this. I think it's uh, क्या है? I forgot the name. Purandar. 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 Yeah. Purandar. You can note this down. And after him, who will be the next Indra? In next mantra, that will be Bali Maharaj. Bali Raja. The one who gave land, 3 steps land to Vaman Bhagwan. So Indra keeps changing. It's a post. The king of cows. Indra means Raja. So who is the Indra of cows? Means who is the king of cows? Nanda Maharaj? Oh, sorry, Govinda. That's why in this verse it is said, Govinda Venu Manu Martr Mayur Nirtam Govinditi. The Indra of cows means the king of cows. That's called Govind. And what he does, he maintains the cows and he gives them pleasure. That Krishna who maintains, protects, and gives pleasure to the cows, that's why he's called Govinda. And the gopi, Gop means Krishna's sakhas, that's Nand Maharaj. The male section, that's called Gop. Gopi is Yashoda Maiya. She's also a gopi. Radharani is also a gopi. Gop Balak means the sakhas of Krishna. Govats. Govats means calves. Go Bhumi. All who maintains all of these and who gives pleasure to them. That's called Govind. The one who increases their pleasure and who maintains all of them. The calves also, Krishna plays with the calves. Krishna takes the cows for cow grazing. He plays with his gopas. The, he also plays with Nand Maharaj's friends. He plays with his friends. He performs ras with the gopis. So he increases everyone's pleasure. Anand Vardhan means increases their anand, pleasure, happiness. That's why he is known as Govinda. In this Vrindavan, Yashoda Nandan Krishna, he is he roams around barefoot, without shoes, without any paduka. Krishna. We know this, we have heard this many times. In Vrindavan, Krishna never wears any kind of paduka. And Vaikuntha, Narayan won't be without his padukas. In paduka also, he would have jewels in Vaikuntha, Narayan. Jewels, panna, so expensive in his paduka. Paduka means shoes. Narayan wears them in Vaikuntha. But in Braj, Krishna, without any paduka, no shoes. Why? What's the reason? You know the reason. You heard it. Prime reason and secondary reason. Mukhya karan and gaun karan. Hear it again. Prime gaun karan is Yashoda Maya. Maya, my cows don't wear padukas, so why should I wear padukas? But in reality, the meaning is the path from which I would walk. From that path, my gopis would be waiting for me with their. They would be waiting for me by having their heart out on that path. So how can I wear paduka on that path? That would be an insult. Krishna gives lots of respect to the gopis. He respects their love for him. So he won't wear the paduka because the gopis are waiting for me with their hearts. If I get some thorn, it's okay. But how can I walk? How can I walk on that path? How can I wear paduka where they are waiting for me with their. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. This is the bhav of Krishna. And and Gopi's bhav is what? What is their mood? Hey Sham Sundar, you go to the forest without paduka, you might get some thorn or pebbles. It will hurt your feet, and our heart would pain. Krishna says, I will get pain. What is your purpose here? So it's their connection, Krishna and Gop. Krishna is not wearing paduka because of Radharani. And Radharani is worried that why Krishna is not wearing paduka? He would get hurt. And what Krishna does, he looks at peacocks. He sees their dance, how peacocks dances in different forms, and Krishna on his uh, beautiful flute, he plays a very nice music. Seeing the Venu in Krishna's hands, all the peacocks on the land of Vrindavan, they start dancing out of happiness. Kya, kya, kya. This is how they make the sound, the peacocks in Braj. By the beauty of Krishna's body, how is this is Sri Ang, like the blackish, bluish clouds in the sky. He's wearing a pitambar as if there is a lightning in the clouds, and by the thunder of the clouds, these peacocks, when they hear the sound of the Venu, they think it's thunder in the sky. And this is how these peacocks, they open their feathers out of love. They start dancing when they hear Krishna's flute naad. When Krishna sees they're dancing and he plays his Venu flute, then it increases the enthusiasm of the peacocks as well. They become excited. And seeing this, peacock gave one of its feather to Krishna. It it drops, and Krishna, out of love, out of respect, picks it up and puts on his head. Krishna says, "Oh peacocks, this is your lovely gift. All my life I will carry on my head." Someone's gift, someone's gift, when we keep on our head, it means it's very much valuable. It means we really respect it. And who can understand love more than Krishna? He's a big lover, great lover, and he knows nothing apart from love, transcendental love. Everything is love for Krishna. Even peacock's love. It's an ordinary bird, peacock. But out of love, what he gave to Krishna, his feather, its feather. Krishna says, peacock, I will always keep this feather on my head. I will never leave it. I will never take it off. So Krishna carries this peacock feather on his head, and this is a message for everyone. What message? Whosoever devotee with his devotion offer me anything out of love, I will accept it immediately. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Those who offer me a leaf, tulsi leaf, one flower, one fruit, and some water, if they offer me out of love, that pure devotee, whatever he offers me out of love, I accept that object with love. We offer bhoga to Krishna with tulsi leaf, flowers, fruits, water, out of love or not. Out of love means what? It is so cold. Where I'm sitting right now, it's minus how much degrees Celsius? Minus 4 degrees Celsius. Thakurji, when he'll be offered bhoga, do we give direct water? It's okay, you can give. But if you have love for Krishna, you will make it little lukewarm. If you want to offer something to Krishna, then it should be warm for Krishna because it's cold. This is loving service. One is just a formality, another is formality. So, Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. Don't think Krishna made it very simple for us. Just offer me a tulsi leaf, a flower, a fruit, a glass of water. I will accept with love. But these ingredients, if are offered with love, then it matters. Maharaj is singing a bhajan right now. Radha bahut vinati karuto hai. In your hand you have a tulsi leaf, and with your mood which is of love and bhakti, the reciprocation which you would get, you will understand it. No one needs to know this. You don't need to tell this to others. Try doing it yourself. 7 days, promise it. I will offer offering with love for 7 days with love. At least 7 days. It's all about love. Like one boy, he was young, he was 21 years old. One man actually. So he used to live in his house and lights went off. fan was not working. And now he has temple in his house, altar. Radha Krishna are there in his altar, and light went off. It is so hot in the month of June in India. If fan is not working, then it's difficult. So that boy, what he did, hand fan, like we use like this. He sat in front of Thakurji and he started fanning for Thakurji with his hands, with the hand fan. How long he would do that? Unless until light doesn't come back. 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hours, he's fanning Thakurji. Someone can think it's not a big deal, and it is actually not a big deal, but it is about love. My Thakurji, my Radha Krishna, my Radha Madhav, they are feeling heat. They're feeling hot. Our parents would say, oh, he's gone mad. Bhavan doesn't feel anything hot. Even if they feel, they can tolerate it. Till how long you would sit here? That what they're saying, they are not wrong. The parents of the boy, they're not wrong, but their understanding is Aishwaryamay, opulent. And the child who is so small, I mean, he not small by age, but means he is just new in bhakti. So he's saying everything should be offered. He's seeing everything should be offered to Bhagwan. And this is love actually. And with this, love increases, bhakti increases. So with simple mood, he's offering, he's fanning to Krishna and Radharani. He's waiting for the light to come. But in that, Thakurji is getting fan, but what he is getting? Reciprocation. Adan Pradan, reciprocation. The feeling, the bhav, that is important. Feelings are important. Activity is not important. The feelings behind that activity, they are important. So if you serve Krishna with this kind of mood, then you get prem. So this is a good example. Serving out of love to Krishna. So try doing it for 7 days. Whatever arati you do, you offer bhoga. Think for 7 days I would do with love. Then you see the difference. Difference after 7 days. And then you let me know before and after with your feelings. Okay, and further it is being said that peacock feather, what it has. Oh, Krishna sees the name of Radharani in that peacock feather. This is the real point. He carried more peacock feather, the peacock feather which peacocks gave to Krishna. So it's not just about peacocks. In that peacock feather, what is written? The name of Radharani. And where does Krishna keep that? Either in his heart or on his head. In his heart, it's not just the name, but the entire Radharani is in his heart. And on his head, it's peacock feather. Externally, it looks like it's a gift. It's love of peacock for Krishna. Externally, it can't be said to everyone, right? What he would tell to his friends. But in reality, it's Krishna's, Radharani's name on that peacock feather. So unless until he doesn't accept it, he won't be at peace. Like if we go to Jagannath Puri, in the night Jagannath Dev is he's made to rest. The favorite, how he's made to rest. His most favorite Geet song, that's called Mangal Geet. Jayo Jayo Dev Hare Jaya 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 Jagannath Hare. Dalaye Talalita Vanamala Jai Jayadeva Hare. This is Geet Govind, which Jayadev Goswami composed. Drachakora Jayadeva Hare is Mangal Geet. When Jagannath Dev, when you go in front of Jagannath Dev, you must definitely sing this for his pleasure. This is his most favorite Geet song. In the night, he doesn't sleep until this is his Lori. Lori in English is called what? You know, the stories which mothers speak to their children when they are made to rest. So there's a cloth on which it's written. That cloth is draped to Jagannath Dev. Then he goes to bed. So in the morning when Jagannath Dev wakes up, he is woken up with the same Geet. This is Mangala Aarti of Jagannath Dev. How do they sing it? Mandala. This is the special tune which Maharaj is singing actually. This is how they sing in Jagannath Dev's temple. Kundala, the Kundala, Talalita Vanamala, Jaya Jaya Deva Hare, Hare Jaya Jaya Deva Hare. Hare Hare. This is how they sing. It's a special tune for Jagannath Dev actually. So when we used to live in Jagannath Puri for many years, this was so beautiful. We used to sing this for Mangla Aarti in front of Jagannath Dev. And in the night when he goes to bed, again, same Geet. It's called Mangal Geet. Singing this means bringing auspiciousness. With this only, Jagannath Dev goes to bed. So he another beautiful line. मेरा बुक दो. Srimukh Chandra Chakora. Shri Krishna's face is like Chandra Chakor. You know, Chakor, it's a bird, and Chandra is in the sky. The moon is in the sky, and Chakor is a bird. It drinks the nectar of the moon. Chakor bird. Shri Krishna is Sri Mukha Chandra Chakor. The moon-like face, which is very effulgent, and even that sun gives also effulgence, but sun's effulgence gives us heat, hot. But the moon's effulgence, it gives us, uh, it's very soothing. That's the right word. Sri Mukha Chandra Chakor. And that Sri Krishna, when he compares the moon of Radharani with the moon, when he compares Radharani with the moon, then what happens? You have heard this past time. Great man, transcendental anger. My face is like a moon. My beauty decreases and increases. I am different in the night, different in the day. So many things Radharani said. That's why Krishna hold that this one to vigrahe mukha parabakas isardindu mandale. Shivji said this. Savalochane kada karishasi himam kripa kataksha bhaj. So Shivji prayed like this to Radharani actually. In Radha Kripa Kataksh, Shivji said, Radharani's, if I say her face is like moon, oh, she would get angry at me because I see Once Sham Sundar said that your face is like moon. He compared it. Then there was a big problem. So much he had to convince her. Shivji saying, so Shivji, he thought, I will not use the word moon. Then what would I say? तड़ित सुवर्ण चंपक प्रदीप्त गौर विग्रह मुखा प्रभा प्रभासत कोटि शारदेन्दु मंडले. Mukha means face. Radhaji, your face has such great shyness that even thousands of moons, if they are together, they fade. Their shyness fade. He did not compare her beauty with the moon. Your face has so much brightness that even thousands of moons together, they are less in front of you. They fade in front of your light. Your shyness, your brightness, your lustrous face. Shivji understood he's intelligent. So he did not compare her beauty with the moon. He said, moons, he spoke like this. Shri Mukha Chandra Chakora, Jai Jaya Deva Hare. So for Jagannath Dev, this is a beautiful prayer. And this is also a beautiful prayer for Krishna. Shri Mangal Geetam, which is in our song book. You all have, or our app, Gaudiya Kirtan app, if you have mobile app, in that all these bhajans are there. So you can download that app if you don't have it. Because all the time you don't have the book with you, but our devotees made this app. This is not app, this is ab. Ab means, I don't know. So Shri Krishna carries that peacock feather on his head because on that Radharani's name is written on that peacock feather. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 500 years back, when he came to Vrindavan, so at Radha Kund, when he was going near Radha Kund, there's a forest near that. It's called Bahula Van. It's the one of Bahula Sakhi, where there he saw Shuk and Sari both fighting. I don't have that the Geet with me right now. Some other day I can share. Shuk bole Amar Krishna Madana Mohan. Shuk means parrot. Amar Krishna, my Krishna. It's a parrot of Krishna. It's a beautiful song. Shuk bole Amar Krishna Madana Mohan. So Tota, the parrot says, my Krishna is Madan Mohan. Out of pride. Oh, my Krishna is Madan Mohan. Madan Mohan means the one who, Madan means calm, lust. And Mohan means the one who attracts even the calm, means Cupid. Shukh bole Amar Krishna Madana Mohan. Shari bole Amar Radha, Mohane Mohini. Madan Mohan Mohini, that's the name of Radharani. So Shari is female parrot. Your Krishna may be Madan Mohan. It is Madan Mohan. But Madan Mohan even gets attracted by the beauty of our Radharani. So her name becomes Madan Mohan Mohini. Shukh bole Amar Krishna. Shukh bole, my Krishna has peacock feather. So Shari says that peacock feather is bending towards Radharani. Means Krishna is submissive to Radharani. He's surrendered towards Radharani. And second point, that peacock feather has the name of my Radharani. Shuk says this. Sorry, Sari, the female parrot of Radharani. So both these male parrot of Krishna, female parrot of Radharani, they have this conversation. So both are like having transcendental argument. Mahaprabhu heard this. Wow, what a beautiful conversation. And by hearing this, at the end, both of them, they say, why are we fighting? Why are we being partial? I'm taking Krishna's side, you're taking Radharani's side. We should sing together the glories of both Radha and Krishna instead of arguing with each other. And how should we sing? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Take the name of Yugal Sarkar. Yugal. What you taking his side, her side, both can't live without each other. Radharani can't live without Krishna, and Krishna can't live without Radharani. Can they? Even if you blink your eye, in that moment, if Radharani can't see Krishna, she feels as if a million years have passed by. And in meeting, Ras is happening. That Ras, which like one night of Lord Brahma, that long. Radharani says that it just feels like only 1 second passed by. So Radharani can't live without Krishna. And Krishna says, Tumi mor jivaner jivan, jivanera jivan. Hey Radhe, you are my life of my life. You are life of my life. You are my life. You are my life. Without you, I can't even breathe. My every breath has your name. And devotees also pray like this. Maharaj is singing another song for Radharani. It's a Braj song. I call you Radharani. Please engage me in your lotus service. And please shower your mercy upon me always. I'm translating the song in English actually. Radharani, please shower your mercy upon me. Radha. Hi, Maharaj is singing. He wants to start singing class. Yeah, he loves singing bhajans, but I will charge 1 hour some money. So like this, Sri Krishna can't live without Radharani, and Radharani can't live without Sri Krishna. That is why by carrying that peacock feather, he's carrying that peacock feather because it has Radharani's name on it. So that's why we give one locket to Radha Madhav. Radharani's locket has what? Madhav's name. It's not Madhav name written on it. It's written Madhav in that locket which Radharani wears in front. Our Mata who does Shingar, she knows. In Radha Madhav Gaudiya Math Faridabad temple. Earlier we made one locket, in that there was a photo of Madhav which would always reside in the heart of Radharani. What can be a bigger service than this for Radharani? And in Madhav's heart there was a locket that had Radharani's photo. Open it, Radharani's photo. But we have lost them now. We have to make them again for Radha Madhav's pleasure. And a few days back there was one Shingar where in Madhav's neck, around him there was a locket, and around Radharani's neck there was a locket. In that Madhav was written. Isha Didi, our Isha Didi, with dry fruit she made the dress of Thakurji, and in that we saw Radha and Madhav. This is a very big seva of Thakurji. Radharani's helping Radharani to remember Krishna and helping Krishna to remember Radharani. It's a big service. A friend in need is a friend indeed. We say like this, right? If you need someone, you make that thing present. Shri Krishna's need is what? In separation from Radharani, he's crying. In that moment, you have to make him remember Radharani. That's the biggest service for Krishna's pleasure. And when the Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna, she's crying, feeling sad. That moment you have to help her remember Krishna. That's the biggest service for Radharani. There's no bigger service than this. for Radha and Madhav, for Radha Madhav. And who does this kind of service? The gopis of Vrindavan. Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Yugala Milan. Gopis they've arranged their meetings. They arrange the meetings of Radha Krishna. Both are hankering to meet with each other. And if you help them meet, then it's a big service. The same this is the wealth of gopis. This is the biggest service. This is Gopi Bhav. And this is our Sampraday's Gaurav. Gaurav means pride. And this is everyone's service will always remain whenever we become perfect. We attain Siddhi to arrange the meeting of Radha and Krishna. Shri Venu Geet Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. And like this chapter is not complete yet. Tomorrow I have to travel. I am going to Hawaii. There, Gurudev's Katha would be there. Guru Tattva. And we will hear this in detail. You all can hear on Facebook. Those who want to hear, those who are interested. But this is winter vacation for all of you. 10 days, 9 days off. Venugeet for 8-9 days there won't be classes. It can be. It depends on the situation. In 2-3 days, you will get to know what's the program there, what kind of program is set up there, morning program or evening program, because every morning they have Mangla Aarti. Devotees come for Mangla Aarti. So as per that, you will get the notification. Be alert on your phones. Be alert on your smartphones. You will get the message. Harikatha Venugeet is starting. So accordingly, you plan and hear. Hare Krishna.